What time is it? New Year. Welcome to the Ask Jason Questions series every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. It's the new year, new decade. Welcome to the new decade, and welcome to the Ask Jason Questions series where people send in a question like, Tamik, what's the first thing I think that's the right name, Tamik. What's the first thing I need to do to grow my accounting firm? But before we tackle that, I want to let you know about Bill.com. They are a sponsor and have been of the Ask Jason Question series for a long time. And that's because we use them for everything. They're just a solid part of the platform of our firm. We're actually a virtual firm. So to actually bring on a client like we're doing now in January, a big controllership client, we're on the East Coast, they're on the West Coast. We're bringing them on. And guess what? Can't do it without Bill.com. So thank you, Bill.com. You can go in and see all the changes they've made to their platform. They update their platform, easier to find buttons. It's an AI-enabled platform now, and with international payments. They're rocking it. Thanks, Bill.com. Okay, Tamik, let's dive into this big old fat question. What's the first thing I need to do to grow my accounting firm? That's big. So my answer would be to find this out, to find out this question. What is the future you're trying to control or own with the investment you're deciding to make now? And that's kind of a two-parter. But what is the future you think you should own or have the courage to own for some type of investment that you're making now? So that, again, that's two parts to that. So if you say, I want to grow my accounting firm, you're saying you believe the future has something I can take advantage of. There's an opportunity there, and I'm going to take advantage of that opportunity. So what entrepreneurs do is they kind of think they can control the future. That's what entrepreneurs are trying to do. They're trying to figure out investments they make now to tackle the future in some way that they want to be the captain of their own destiny in the future is one way to say it. So if you're saying, how do I grow my accounting firm? You're basically saying, I believe there's a future I could own better than I'm owning it now. And so my other part of my question to you is, then what investment do you think you need to make right now to make that happen? And so a lot of times growth is an investment decision. It's a decision you're making to invest in now. Like, where do I invest my time? Where do I invest my team's time? What niche or niche do I focus on? Do I invest in now that will pay off in the future? What money do I spend now on new software that will make me more efficient in the future? Because that might be, you want to grow because you believe you're inefficient now and the future has some efficiency in it and you want to gain that, so the investment now is in software. But you got to be careful with this, right? So if you ask again, what's the first thing I need to do to grow my accounting firm? And I say, well, answer this question. What is the future you're trying to own with the investment you're trying to make now? You have to be careful because an investment is a risk, right? You're going to make a decision now you hope pays off in the future. And that's just a risk. Every entrepreneur does it every day, all day long. They don't actually realize it, which is actually part of the detrimental part. When they make some dumb decision because they're hungover from the night before, they actually just made an investment decision that will wreck the future possibly. So that's how important it is to be on point, to have your mind on point with the investments and the decisions you make. That's how important. That's what my partner and I do. We actually vet each other through investments we're making now because of some future we plan to own. So Tamik, I would ask you, what are the investments you're wanting to make? What's the money and the time you want to invest in? Another way to ask an investment question is, what are the things you're choosing to not do in the new year? That's another way to answer that question. So Tamik, you asked a big question, so I really gave you a big answer. But maybe just practically, the thing to think of is, where am I spending my money and where am I spending my time? Those things will tell you actually the realities of the investments you are making. And once you know the investments you are making, you can ask yourself, are those going to pay off and own some future thing that I can own? That's the definition of growth. So that's a big question. I hope that helps. You know what? That's a great question, and hopefully a great answer for the beginning of a new year. I hope that helps you go kick butt and own and control 2020 and make it more of what you plan it to be. So thanks for joining us on the Ask Jason Question series. And you can send us a question at info@thriveal.com, and maybe we'll answer it online. Maybe, just maybe. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Bill.com, for being a sponsor. We'll see ya.